My name is Chris Timko. I am the president of Kansas City Disc Golf and the event director for the 40th annual Kansas City Wide Open. And we welcome all of our competitors this year to our very exciting event. The first time I played a course in Kansas City was in 2006. I was living in Iowa City, came out to a wedding and was able to sneak off and play Waterworks Park. For those people that are not from Kansas City, Waterworks Park is smack dab in the middle of North Kansas City. For somebody that wasn't from a big city, it felt like I was surrounded by big city, yet in this little disc golf oasis where I didn't see any traffic, where I didn't really see any of the city. I could hear it around, but I was surrounded by trees. I think one of the things about Kansas City that's always fascinated with me has been the amount of green space. It's really a relief to be able to get away from the city and sneak off to a course and to something a little more in the wilderness. I've always found a good deal of peace spending time in parks like this as a way to get away from the daily grind. Event director is a newer role in kind of the world of disc golf tournaments. As disc golf tournaments are continuing to grow, putting all the onus on a tournament director just doesn't help with the long-term viability of the event. So while a tournament director like Jerry, a very, very important role, I help coordinate some of the other things like working through budgets, working with parks departments, coordinating sponsorship opportunities, as well as some of the events that may be related to the Kansas City Wide Open, but aren't related to the actual event, such as our putting challenge, such as our fly mart, and such as our players party. One of the things that makes Kansas City Disc Golf so unique is how long the sport has been associated with the city. The now defunct Swope Park, which was installed in 1981, was one of the first 100 courses built, which means that disc golf in Kansas City is really a generational thing. We've seen a number of great volunteers and great leaders that have grown the sport to what it is in our city now, which includes obviously a number of tournaments, a number of leagues, and an incredible number of casual players. Kansas City's had a long history with the Kansas City Wide Open being a premier event as far as touring competitors go. It was on the old Super Tour in the early 2000s, was a Pro Tour through the early 2000s and into the 2010s. Kansas City Disc Golf and the Disc Golf Pro Tour have been exploring options to once again bring the Kansas City Wide Open kind of back to that level of prominence. I think one of the things, especially from the Pro Tour's perspective, that makes Kansas City an attractive place to hold an event is the number of spectators and casual golfers that will come out to an event like the Kansas City Wide Open and really give the Disc Golf Pro Tour something it's really looking for, which is a large number of in-person spectators for their event. Well, Kansas City Disc Golf is a volunteer organization, so the people that choose to devote their time to course maintenance, course installation, maybe serving on the board of directors, serving in an advisory role as a liaison with the parks department, being a course coordinator or being a lead director, each one of these roles often falls into a volunteer role. And due to the number of courses and just the overall size of the disc golf footprint in the Kansas City metro area, it really takes a village of volunteers to organize exactly what we have here in Kansas City. Often when I sign off on social media posts or emails, I mention that Kansas City is the greatest disc golfing city in the world. With over 4 decades of experience, Kansas City has made countless contributions to the sport, and we're just getting started.